Hey folks, welcome to the Thoughts and Theories podcast. This is Chris with a K. I think it's December 10th, if it's the right date. I think it's the 10th. Yeah, it's December the 10th, because wait, the 14th is a Saturday, so if it's the 10th, tomorrow's the 11th. No, today's 11th, because tomorrow's the 12th. Yeah, so it's December 11th. Sorry about that, gang. It's December 11th, yes, of 2019. I'm officially 10 days away from my birthday. I'm going to be the big 31. You know, they say dirty 30, but what about 31? I think every year you turn an age, you should have like a saying for that. You know, dirty 30, 31, the funny one. Haha, 31, the funny one. You know, I think I'm funny. I think I'm hilarious. But yes, today was a pretty, if you're just looking at it from the micro, it can seem like an average day, but every day I find as an adventure. So thank you. Welcome to this episode. So, I've been saying how I wanted this, I was saying how this year I wanted to be more like, with this Thoughts and Theories podcast. The year hasn't even ended, but whatever. So my goal was for this podcast to be, basically my thoughts and theories just put into the form of podcast, audio out to the world, like a diary, but just instead of in a notebook and on paper, out on video and audio platform in a format of that sort. So kind of my first couple podcasts has been more like informative, teaching, reflective and whatnot. But I'm like, man, that's not just what goes on inside of my brain all the time. It goes on a lot. Me reflecting a lot on life, just talking to myself about thoughts and theories, have my own little lecture and whatnot, me going to my own university with me being a professor and me being a student at the same time and stuff like that. But I'm like, that's not all there is to life. Learning, there is fun, there is venting. If this is literally a podcast about my thoughts and theories, they are going to scatter all over the place. And when I mean scatter all over the place, like this episode right now, I'm not going to really be that much reflective. I'm going to be more like this podcast right here, this episode right here, son, is going to be more so of a just venting and just highlighting my day. Venting or, time stepping my day, however you want to call it. You be the judge of it. But yes, if this is your first time to my podcast and you're listening to this, please make sure you visit chrisative.com, KRISATIVE.com. No need to put the www dot for some reason it's messing up. Just put chrisative.com, KRISATIVE.com. And I'm linking to all my social media platforms. You can follow me on, subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my videos, comment on them, hit the bell notification. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, and whatnot. And also make sure you listen to this podcast if you're a podcast person, like listening to stuff on a podcast app. The Anchor app is completely free, and you get to send me voice messages, which is completely free, which is like a voicemail that you get to leave inside the app that I get to go back and listen to so I can hear your thoughts and theories because you matter to me. That's just the truth about it. But yeah, let's get into today. December 11th, 10 days from my birthday, I'll be 31, the funny one. Oh, that's my saying for right here. That's a t-shirt right there for next year. Only for those who are 31, right? Or about to enter the age. So basically, the day started off as normal. I work 8 to 5 at my job. I did like an hour of overtime, so I started at 7. So usually I try to wake up 2 hours before work, but today for some reason I decided to wake up an hour and a half. And the reason why I wake up an hour before work is because I'm in love with butternut squash. Oh my gosh, I love butternut squash. If you guys didn't know, I follow a plant-based diet. Butternut squash is the bomb. Like literally, it takes about an hour to cook, but literally when it comes out, all you can scoop it out the skin and eat it as is. You don't need to add nothing to it. Really, literally, it's that good. You can add, some cinnamon, some agave maple syrup and make it sweet, but it's really sweet on its own. It's really good. It's literally good by itself. So basically, what I'm happening. So instead of doing it in the morning and being late for work, what I do instead, I actually start cooking it at night now, which is better. So like I don't have to, worry about making it tomorrow morning, and I can focus on cooking my lunch for tomorrow, which takes probably 20-30 minutes. Gives me time to do a little quick exercise. I don't say workout because I'm not drenched in sweat, but it's an exercise. It gets me going. It's like my coffee and whatnot. So yeah, I need to start waking up at 5. So just wake up 2 hours before work. That's a note to keep to myself, so I'm not, rushing to work and being basically late, and stuff like that. You know, so yeah, go to work, today and stuff like. Oh yeah, something I want to talk about yesterday. So yesterday I got in like a fake argument with like a coworker. Like she bullies me for no reason. I don't know why. One thing about me is that I say I'm about hug life, right? Meaning like I'm a thug. It's a little joke I started like years ago when I used to work in telemarketing. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm a thug. I'm like, I'm not like a real thug, but I'm like a thug. Like, yeah. So thug, basically, thug has like a negative history that comes with the word, right? So like I was like, I'm gonna take thug and make it a positive version. Like I was literally sitting in my telemarketing chair as I'm sitting in right now, like my car chair, my car seat. So basically, I was like, you know what? You can't spell thug without the word hug. If you take the T away from thug, it's hug. And because so at the time, the church I was going to, I was like, you know what? Jesus, T is another way of looking at a cross. So I was like looking at it. I was like, oh my gosh, there's a cross in thug. And you know what I was doing? I was like, instead of just being a big thug, I'm a thug with a lowercase t. So I'll literally take the T in thug and lowercase it and make all the other words bigger. So I was like, the reason why the T is lowercase because it makes the hug so much bigger. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Of course, when I mentioned the people going, oh my gosh, it was just literally me because I'm just sitting there thinking of this myself. So I'm like, thug with I just went around calling myself a thug and stuff like that. I forgot the reason why I went into this story. But basically, what I was thinking of, like, okay, I'm a thug and stuff like that, So that's the persona I go by sometimes, a thug, and the persona of the thug, instead of spreading negativity, being all tough and stuff like that, I'm being all like positive and stuff. Instead of talking about somebody, mama, we complimenting somebody, mama, and stuff like that. Stuff of that nature and stuff like that. Trying to put a positive spin on stuff that people, create to be bad in a sense, or just fake, and stuff like that. So that was my mindset. So just being a thug, which is pretty fun. Yeah, but anyways. Sorry about that, people. I got an Uber Eats request, as you know, or if you didn't know, in between me doing a podcast and work and stuff like that, I do Uber Eats and Postmates on the side to make some extra cash. That's the reason why I'm always in my car, because I'm going places, I'm trying to get a second job or anything, but it's a great side hustle to do because you can do it whenever you want. You're not restricted to anything. You can turn the app on and off, make your own money, cash out the same day and whatnot. But here's the point. So I'm at work today, and this was yesterday this happened. Or was it today? Actually, I think it was today. No, it was today. I think it was today. But a coworker of mine, I have these headphones that I listen to. I got to look into them. They're called Mopars wireless headphones. Turn the light so you guys can see it. Bam! This is how these bad boys look. So that's how they look. It's too much light on me, but I guess I can keep the light on. But anyways, MPALs or whatever, I got them for like $20 on Amazon and whatnot. Great. They're wireless. You got to charge them though. Make sure they're charged up, and they're pretty decent, and they stay on your ears. I do have some earpods. I do have some earpods. So they look. They're cool and everything. Bam. They're cool and everything, but the thing is that I hate the fact that you have to tap on them to up the volume. And the thing is, my right one went out, so when I try to use my left one, the left one, the only knob on it is to decrease the volume. But for some reason, I don't know how to turn back up the volume. I tried to put the right one back in and turn up, but it wouldn't do it. And it keeps falling up my ear because of the nature of the work I do. I work in warehouse and whatnot. So I like these better because they stay on my ear. The battery is not as long lasting. But I charge it, halfway through the day when I'm on my lunch break, so it works. That's the only flaw. I like these better because it just stays on your ear and the volume's more loud. Point is, she was like, yeah, I like your little knockoff Beats. I'm like, what the freak? These aren't Beats. These are Impals. These aren't Beats, but these are what these are. These are real, whatever they are, which is Impal. She's like, well, I'm from New York. I'm New York, and that's how we compliment. So you better take a compliment. I'm like, what the heck? That's not a compliment. Saying I like your no, she said bootleg. No, she said I like your bootleg. I'm like, what the heck? These aren't bootleg Beats. There's no B's on them. They are what they are. You know. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a car. When if a car has wheels and stuff, like I like your knockoff Lexus. Like, no, I'll drive a Dodge. What you mean it's bootleg? It's not a Lexus. It's a car, but it's a Dodge. It is what it is, right? So I'm like, what the heck? She's like, yeah, it's a compliment. I was like, that's not a compliment saying something bootleg. Like, oh, I like your bootleg dress. Like, no, because bootleg implies it's cheap, that is flimsy. Like, this is how I interpret it, you know? The way she interpreted is not the same way I interpret it, you know? So that's kind of like why sometimes I like to read people's energy and stuff like that, because I realize one word can mean many things to many different people. So bootleg is never really a good way to lead with a compliment. So I'm like, what the heck? That was stupid, right? That was dumb. So I was like, oh my gosh, that was horrible. Just to say I like your headphones, that's it, you know, instead of saying I like the bootleg. But she's just very confrontational. I don't know why. You know, very confrontational for no reason. Like, she fake bullies me for no reason. I don't know why. She's just very confrontational. So because I'm like about the thug life, I be asking for the hug. Like, oh gosh, one day I'll give you a hug, buddy. And she's like, I'll knock you out. I'm like, for what? And I saw her give like another coworker a hug. So I'm like, what the heck? Something she just doesn't like hugs. And like, no, she don't want to give this boy a hug. I don't know why. You know, I don't know. Which is weird. You know, but whether I get a hug from her or not is not the point. It's a joke. I mess around with her, but it's, you know, maybe there's some anger issues going on there. But like, yeah, very argumentative and stuff. You know, which kind of little light bulb in my head, because sometimes I realize that I've grown up being very argumentative, always looking for argument and stuff like that. Why, I don't know, but I be like that. So a lot of times when I see things in other people that I don't like, I try to ask myself first, Chris, is that something that you struggle with too? That's why you can like instantly notice it so quick. And it's probably like, yeah, probably that's the reason why. But yeah, so yeah, I'm at work. I listen to like a lot of podcasts and stuff. I listen to a lot of Gary Vaynerchuk. Vaynerchuk. He is phenomenal. If you guys haven't heard about him, listen to him. His advice and stuff is very practical and impactful and stuff. He's all about making sure people live happy, making sure you're helping people and not trying to sell to people, but to provide value and to give way more than you take, which I love. Man, so I was this podcast of him. I was some Breakfast Club Today and stuff like that. You know, on some Brilliant Idiots and stuff like that. That show, Brilliant Idiots, it is explicit content on the podcast, but that podcast is hilarious. It is so hilarious. It's so hilarious. But it's one of those podcasts that, like, if you haven't, I have a YouTube channel, and my first video is a disclaimer video, and that disclaimer video is basically saying how this podcast about me sharing my thoughts and theories, and know that you might not agree with everything I say, or I agree with everything you say, but I'm just trying to build up a community. People can come and listen, laugh, hang out, chill. I mean, where necessary, is not about being right or wrong, but like everybody just enjoying each other. So I look at the podcast as a train ride, meaning get on a train. You're free to get on this train, but if you don't like something, you find something offensive, as free as you came is as free as you get to go leave. You know, so if you don't like something and you feel like you're gonna become a troll and stuff like that, you have the right to like, yo, Chris, I want to talk about this. We could talk about like adults, but if you get to a point where you be childish about it, like, oh my gosh, you like troll, and come from a place of hate, then get off the train. Get off the train. Please get off the train, because I'm not about that arguing stuff. I'm about discussing stuff as an adult if we have different points of view, but I'm not about sitting here to argue, you know. Yeah, that's not my lifestyle. I'm trying to get away from that stuff, because I love arguing with people, but then again, I'm like, that's not cool, Chris, because at the end of the day, your goal is to prove them wrong, and not really to show them love. And I'm about showing love. That's my new thing. Am I perfect at it now? Nope. I'm just getting on the track, and it's gonna be hard. So yeah, it's a progress. I'm only human, right? So yeah, that's my day. And then like I went to lunch. Lunch was great. I make my own lunch. Today I had fonio, Fonio. It's this grain. It's ancient African grain. It's gluten free. The best way to describe it is that I put it in a pot, put some water, and boil it, and it's literally like the alkaline plant-based version of grits. That's what it comes out as, the plant-based version of grits. And obviously, as we know, grits don't taste good by themselves, right? So I had to add some Himalayan pink sea salt, some basil, some oregano, and things of that nature. And also what I found, the recipe for some Parmesan, some alkaline Parmesan cheese. It's a simple recipe. You take Brazil nuts. You take about I take about 9 of them. Throw them in a blender. A tablespoon of sea salt, Himalayan pink sea salt. About like a half teaspoon of onion powder, and then 1 key lime. Either a half a key lime or 1 key lime. And you mix it up, and that's it. Blend it up, no water or anything, and it comes out kind of like when you have spaghetti, you like have a cheese shaker thing. It comes out like that. So it's not liquid. It comes out like solid, like sprinkle type of cheese thing, like that, like Parmesan. And boy, let me tell you, this thing is good. It is good. So my favorite time of day literally is lunch, because like, oh my gosh, even though I know I'm eating the same thing I ate yesterday, I get excited about it, right? So I wake up, I eat like now fruit, or I wait till my first break at work to eat the fruit. But I'm trying to probably eat the fruit before I go to work. And that fruit is what I start off with, is a melon, because out of all the fruits, melons, they digest the fastest. They say they digest in about 10 minutes, which is pretty cool, right? So fast digestion and stuff like that. Eat that, and it's like my water too. So I get to not only eat something but drink my water, and it's good for my digestion, so it doesn't drain my energy. Quick note, people: energy. All right, digestion. When you eat, you should eat like the sun rises and sets. Basically, your biggest meal should be in the middle of the day. So in the morning, you should give your body at least a couple hours or so to wake up. Or you can eat a melon, because digestion and stuff like that. Because your body is waking up, it's not fully awake. And before you go to sleep, you want to eat at least 3 hours prior to going to sleep, because your body needs to digest all that. Because when you're sleeping, that's when your body's healing. So that sleeping energy should be allocated to your body, preparing yourself while you're sleeping and healing you and recharging you. It shouldn't be going towards digestion. So first, if you're not even eating the right foods, guess what? Instead of your food digesting a couple hours at most like it should, you're probably eating stuff that takes your body days and weeks to digest. So you're probably asking why you're always tired, because what? Your body's working overtime and trying to digest all the bad stuff out of it. That's not supposed to be in there. But if you're eating the right stuff, guess what? Your body's using less energy, digests. You lose weight too. Also, as well as you have more energy. You sleep way better. So I'm learning how to eat my bulk stuff in the middle of the day, in the night and the morning. If I do eat, it should be something like a fruit, and if my go-to fruit would be a melon, watermelon, cantaloupe. I'm on a cantaloupe gang, so oh my gosh, cantaloupe is my go-to fruit. It's really good. So I'm on a cantaloupe right now. Honeydew is pretty good. It's bigger than cantaloupe. I kind of like that because you get more. But I kind of like my cantaloupe. Watermelon, they're just hard to find because you're supposed to eat melons with seed. If your melon does not have seed, it's not real. It's a fake, right? Cantaloupe's easy to find. Honeydew's easy to find. But watermelon, it's hard to find seeded ones. And I hate cutting up watermelon. It's the hardest one to probably cut. Cantaloupe is so easy to cut open. I cut it in half, scoop out the seeds, and then eat. I have 2 bowls of cantaloupe, which is pretty cool. I might add a video in that later on this video. But yeah, I do that. And then when I got off for work today, so nothing else really happened that stuck out to me today. Nothing really stuck out to me today. Did something stick out? Nope. I keep running into a lot of women that have kids. It's pretty cool. I found one of my coworkers. She's a mother. She does not look like a mom, and I mean that in a compliment. She has a body that there's no way a baby came out of your body, you know, like, but yeah, she's a pretty cool co-worker. She has a 3-year-old son whose birthday is Saturday. My birthday is 7 days after that. So I was like, wait, you somebody's mama? She was like, yeah. So that's cool. I guess it's a cool fact to learn, you know. So that made sense why her weekend went well, because she did absolutely nothing. She got rest, and that means a lot to someone who's a parent, that you get to rest, because when you have a child, what is the word rest, right? I'm not a parent or anything like that. But after work, I usually do Postmates and weeks. I start off with Postmates, and I start off with Postmates because of Walmart orders. They usually land between the hours of like between the 40th after every hour, between the 40th and 44th minute after every hour, and the last one is at like 6:40, 6:44 between that time. So I get to get two Walmart runs in delivery. So I deliver Postmates with groceries, and I like those because those are usually guaranteed every day. Because, you know, when you're doing courier delivery services, there's no guarantee. But Walmart, because I know someone's gonna order groceries every day, those are pretty consistent. Those rock. You know, the other day I got paid like $24. You know, the order paid me probably, what's like $8. It's like about close around $8-9, and the guy tipped me $10 in cash and $5 on the app. So it's like some quick, easy money to make, right? You know, and I get to cash that money out literally that same night, next day. The only thing I really don't like about Postmates is that when people tip you, it doesn't come instantly. Sometimes it lands in your account the next day or days later. Like this week, like when I woke up on Monday, I was already $22 starting off the day. I was like, well, I ain't doing deliveries, because the tips that came in last week finally hit my account. So I did that, and while I was delivering groceries, Coral Springs of all places decided I'm gonna actually add a video right now to that, showing you what I'm talking about. Boom. Hey y'all, I just want to get some off my chest. If you look to your right, you're gonna see a map of Coral Springs. I live in South Florida, and as you see, everything that you see that has a red circle and red is basically crossed out. So this is a main street that people use to take home from work, you know. But for some reason, Coral Springs decided it was a great idea to shut it down, I guess for some Christmas festival and stuff. But notice it's like about 6 something, it was like 5 something when I discovered this. So this is like rush hour and people are trying to get home. So it's like the people that are trying to get through, the drivers, are like a person walking. Coral Spring is a person with their leg out, tripping everybody into a big pile of inconsideration. I don't like this situation. Am I complaining? No, I'm just venting. It's just Super Soaker sucks. Thank you for not being cool, Coral Springs. Yep, you did to see yourself, Coral Springs. Not cool. So you see what I'm talking about, gang? I didn't like that. I didn't like how they decided to shut down a whole streak of Sample between like Sample and Coral Ridge Drive. Well, Sample and Coral Springs Drive, and Sample and University. You know, which is a main road I like to do deliveries on, because there's some Indian restaurants and stuff like that. I had like 2 deliveries from that I had to cancel because I couldn't get to the restaurant, because not only was it rush hour, like not only like it had street cut off, but it was still rush hour, so people were getting off work trying to get home. So I'm like, wow, you guys are inconsiderate. You guys, that was like mud spelled backwards. Didn't think about that one bit. But yeah, that's what literally happened. And yeah, I had to cancel it, so I ended up doing a Walmart order, which happens to not be in the vicinity, which was good. And after I did the Walmart order, I happened to do a Panda Express order. But because it started raining right now, I just call it quits for the night, because I'm not trying to not be out here in this rain. You know, so I get home, so I get to eat my cantaloupe, my 2 bowls of cantaloupe, and get some eaten in, and then prepare for tomorrow. Get my squash in the oven, get that prepared for tomorrow. Cook my, I have no more fonio left, so I have quinoa, which I'm trying to get away from quinoa because I heard it has gluten in it, and gluten's not good for the body, from what I hear. I have to do more research in that. I'm gonna cook my quinoa tomorrow with the alkaline parmesan. But anyways, as you see, today's episode is more of just me reviewing my day. It's not that much educational in the sense of me like talking about a subject besides today, which is December 11th. But I want episodes to always be a surprise and like be a myriad of things to remind you that I'm human, that remind you that some episodes going to be more relatable to one person than the other one, and just to relate ultimately, but yeah, it was a that really got me fake mad. They cut off the road and stuff like that and whatnot. And yes, and right now outside of Uber Eats, I'm trying to look for another stream of income. Coworker did approach me about Forex, so I'm interested in learning about that and stuff like that. So like I saw this video of this girl who was saying like, oh my gosh, like I guess the company he was introducing me to, turns out she was like, yeah, I was gonna do that company. She joined it, but she decided not to just because there was a monthly fee. You had to pay $225 to get started like that. So she's like, I have another route. I want to show you guys how to get started in Forex for free. So I was like, okay. Like when I get off this podcast, I'm gonna go take a look at it and get started because, I do want to be able to make some money on the side that can eventually place my full-time income. I do want to tell you guys, if you guys are someone who probably hates your job or looking to make some extra cash, literally go on the internet. Google and YouTube are free schools. They're universities. All you need is just internet access. Literally type in how to make money in whatever you want to make money in, and I guarantee you're going to find somebody. They might not give you all the nuggets, but then if you keep searching, you're going to run somebody that gives you nuggets on how to make money in that category. So literally, after you hear what I just said, you have no excuse of why, oh my gosh, there's no opportunity out there. Because if you stay in that same mindset of the 9-to-5 opportunity, then there's no opportunity. So if you stay in the same mindset the country has taught you to make money, then obviously you're going to keep complaining. So you have to go educate yourself, which I ultimately realized that, so I want to literally look into this Forex thing because there's no recruiting that's involved. I don't have to sell to anybody. It's just me studying something, a trade in a sense, and becoming good at that. There's money in that, which is pretty cool. So I'm gonna see if what this girl's talking about is the real deal. If it's the real deal, oh my gosh, I'm about to get in this thing, make some money. That's my goal. Make some money, be able to walk away from my job, have more free time to learn how to cook and do stuff. I have goals, I have dreams I want to do, but obviously those dreams and goals need money. So it's not about me doing this to make the money. It's about what the money can provide. Because a lot of times when people want to do stuff, they do it for the money, but it's not really for the money. It's like what the money gets you, because money is a tool, right? Money can do a lot of stuff for you. So it's a tool I want to use to just help get my life back on track, financially, do stuff, create more time, start new business ventures, things of all that nature. But I have to be focused, disciplined, so I have to keep striking until I hit something that will work. Don't give up, because if I give up, I get what everybody else got, which is complaining, and I don't want to be in that boat complaining, working a job that's never going to pay you what you're worth. So you have to go out there and make your money yourself. But yes, thank you for tuning in to this episode of Thoughts and Theories. I'm just scattered over the place today, just sharing my thoughts. That's what I want to do. It's the type of person I want to be. All right. I thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Please visit chrisative.com. All right, KRISATIVE.com to get access to all my social media platforms I'm on. If you're watching this podcast on my YouTube, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Like this video, comment it, hit the bell notification, subscribe. If you're on IG, if you're seeing this on IG, follow me, like it, and comment it. If you're on Twitter, like it, comment on it, stuff, retweet it. And also, I forgot to do, if you're on YouTube, please share this content to other people as well. I would really, really, really appreciate it. And also, don't forget to check out my merch store. I have some cool shirts you guys should look at. It's pretty cool. You'll find that on chrisative.com. Scroll down to the bottom, it says my merch store. There's a tab. It's the last tab. All right. So thank you for tuning in, folks. And if you are interested in being on an episode of Thoughts and Theories, I would love to have you on as a guest, right? And we'll figure out how we arrange this or whatnot. But yeah, let me know so we can go. But anyways, thank you. I'm about to head in. The rain has slowed down. About to go in, you know, get squeaky, rubber ducky clean, take a shower, get my cantaloupe gang on, cook my squash, look into some Forex. Right. Awesome. Stay awesome. You're cool. I'm out of this piece. Peace.